Pleasure everyone. I'm MuMM Malik, international motivational speaker, business research analyst, and your own business coach. I'm very excited today. You know why? Because I have brought for you the 5 character traits of the Hollywood actor, one of the Hollywood richest actor. His net worth is more than 380 million US dollars, and his name is Keanu Reeves. Yes! He's the man starting his career from Speed, The Matrix, All Sessions, John Wick's chapters, and now The Matrix Resurrection Part 4. Before I tell you his 5 character traits, I want to give you overview about his biography. You guys will be surprised to know where he was born. He was born in Lebanon in 1964. When he was 2 years old, his father divorced his mother, and then she took him to the Sydney, Australia. She spent some time there, and then she took his son to New York, where she met another guy. He was the Broadway and the Hollywood director, the Paul Oram. She married to him, and then they shifted to Canada together with Keanu Reeves. So his mother was British, his stepfather was the American, but he is the Canadian national. So his mother enrolled him in this School of Arts, but you know what happened there? He was expelled. You know why? Because he was little rambunctious. Yeah, then his mother enrolled him in another school. He was alright there, and then he started playing ice hockey with his fellows, and then he found his high level of interest for this game that he wanted to be a professional ice hockey player. And when he was doing the practice session for this game, he had an injury, and then he had a break from that game. And when he was traveling to New York from Canada, in that flight he realized that I don't want to continue as an ice hockey player. I want to be an actor, the action star actor. Then he started working in different theaters in New York, in Los Angeles. Wherever he used to find opportunities, he goes there and do different sort of actings. And the same time in early 90s somewhere, he also joined a band. It was called the Dog Stars, and he was a bassist there. He spent several years with that band before he gave the super duper hit movie, the most thriller. That was the movie Speed. You heard it right. And then he was never controllable by anyone. That's how he started his journey from Speed, Matrix, John Wick chapter, and the Matrix Resurrection chapter 4. He's also running the bike business. Its name is Arc. He's the co-founder of that business. So let's start with his 5 character traits. Number 1, resilience. Guys, he has a true grit mindset. During the shooting of his movie Speed back in 1994-96, he lost his close friend. He was mentally disturbed, but he came back and restarted his shooting. Wonderful mindset he has, controlled mind, amazing resilience habit he has. Wonderful. This is one of the things we should have in our life. The character trait number 2. Let's grow together and Thanksgiving nature. You know what? When he completed his Matrix chapters, he made $75 million profit out of this. And you know what he did? He gave to each of crew member of the Matrix $1 million. Yes, $1 million to all of them. Wow, that clearly shows he believes let's grow together. And you know what he did as a Thanksgiving gesture? In the Matrix chapters, there were more than 12 stuntmen in that Matrix chapter, and he gave each of them the brand new bike of Harley Davidson. Wow! And just imagine spending that in late 90s. Now he's coming the chapter 4 of Matrix Resurrection. I guarantee you, I bet on it, this movie would be the global blockbuster, and me myself will be the first one to watch it in IMAX on the 22nd of the same month. You must watch it, and mark my words, it's gonna be the global blockbuster. At that time, he invested in what he's getting now into 2021 December. You guys will see that. So it's character trait number 4. His kind gesture. You know, he's a very kind-hearted person. Very kind-hearted person. Once upon a time, he was traveling in subway in New York, and it was fully packed. One of the women came in, and there was no space for her to sit down, and she had a lot of baggage. He was the first man out of the crowd who stood up and offered her a seat to sit down and helped her out to manage the baggage. Wow, he's a celebrity, guys. He's one of the top-notch Hollywood actor. Amazing gesture. Another gesture I tell in New York happened. One of the fan came to him and asked him to give his autograph, but he didn't have anything to write down. You know what he did? He took him to the ice cream guy, asked him to give him an ice cream, and requested him to give Keanu Reeves a receipt. On the back of the receipt, he gave an autograph and gave it to that fan. What a great gesture he gave. Trust me, I'm really in love with Keanu Reeves, man. Seriously, he's an amazing guy. Character trait number 4. Social intelligence. Yes, his personality totally understand this concept. You know what sort of a personality he is? Back in 2019, once he was traveling from Los Angeles to the San Francisco. During that flight, his plane had to take the emergency landing for some unknown reasons. And you know what he did? He spent all the time with his passengers. And he came out of that plane with all those passengers. And you know what he did? He arranged the transportation for all the passengers who were traveling with him in that plane to San Francisco. And he traveled with all of those passengers to San Francisco by road in the transportation arranged by Keanu Reeves. And you guys will be surprised to know, throughout the journey, he was playing national music from his own mobiles. He was having a gupshup chit-chat with all his fans, all the passengers heading towards San Francisco. So imagine the feeling he was creating with all the passengers heading towards San Francisco with this social intelligence element in his personality. Seriously guys, amazing thing he has. And his character trait number 5, he is philanthropist. Yes, he's running his organization. He's always funding for the cancer patients. He is always giving a huge amount for all the children hospitals for charitable activities, and he is always involving himself in all sort of philanthropist activities. So just imagine what sort of a personality he is in the Hollywood, being in the Hollywood actor the community, you know. So we should try to adopt his 5 character traits in our practical world. Trust me, if we do it, we can be, one of us can be like him in the future. I promise. Back in 2019, he was called for the interview in Late Show with Stephen Colbert. He asked him one question. You know what did he ask Keanu Reeves? What happens if we die, Keanu Reeves? He replied, I know the ones who love us will miss us. Thank you so much. Have a very good weekend. Bye bye.